My name is Hope Mkunte, and this is Green Gold Social. We are an NGO, a nature conservation NGO based in Chongwe that is focused on replacing the trees that have been cut down for charcoal, and also we are helping farmers become climate change resilient through agroforestry. So today I'm very excited because we are planting leucaena alongside maize at a pilot plot that is owned by one of my neighbors. He is one of the first people who took interest in the project, and we are just trying to make sure that we get the measurement right. So we're taking the tape out. We are planting 1.5 meters against 1.5 meters, and then on the hedge, because there's a slope and we want to prevent soil erosion, we are planting a half-meter apart, just to make sure that when the trees grow, they hold together to prevent soil erosion. So leucaena is a nitrogen fixing tree, which fixes nitrogen in the soil. And the way it works is pretty simple. As you may be aware, is that most trees and most crops cannot use nitrogen from the atmosphere as it is. So what leucaena does, when it takes the nitrogen from the atmosphere, the roots of leucaena break down the nitrogen into ammonia, which is the version that the plants can use. And then now this ammonia is easily absorbed in the soil. And the beautiful thing about this ammonia is it also helps to dissolve the phosphorus and the potassium which is in the soil, completing the whole NPK spectrum. So this is quite a rocky place that we're digging, because we live on the side of the mountain, and so there's plenty of potassium and phosphorus here. So that is the property, the nitrogen fixing property of leucaena, and this is the reason why it is such a very good plant for agroforestry. And also the root system of leucaena is what makes it so good, because it spreads out. Like, it doesn't go so deep, it spreads out. That means that it is good for stopping soil erosion, because the roots now can hold that soil. So even when it pours here on the side of the mountain, the water doesn't just run off, it sits and then it sinks into the soil, so that the maize can also benefit from the that moisture for a bit long time. So in case of a drought, when there's a dry spell, most of the times the soil will be dry in 3 days. But with leucaena holding the moisture together in the soil, it can take up to 10 days of the maize just enjoying that moisture. So leucaena is not a strange tree here where we live. Mr. Banda actually found the tree here when he was building his house here, and so he cut down the tree, and he says it is very good for charcoal. It is also very good for firewood, and it grows to be quite a big tree. So at some point, after some years, this place here will be looking like a forest, and then now Mr. Banda can relocate and grow his maize elsewhere. That means that this place now is going to be so fertile organically. And the other thing to note here, we live on the side of the mountain. So what that means, like naturally, is that for most people who cannot grow maize because of the difficult terrain, they keep goats. So for people who keep goats, the leaves of leucaena are so good as feed for animals like goats, cows, and also sheep. And for those who keep dairy animals, leucaena leaves have been known to boost milk production between 50 and 70%. So it is quite a useful tree that some farmers actually just grow for the sake of the leaves. So they plant it in a certain plot and let it grow into a thicket, and then every now and then they cut off the leaves and feed to their animals, which is very useful in case you don't want to grow it as a nitrogen fixing soil to grow alongside your maize. So Mr. Banda, who has been growing maize on this piece of land, had this to say about this agroforestry initiative.
I'm Mr. Bada here in Chongwe. We have seen this plan of agro trees. It can help us. You can see we are planting maize, using fertilizer. Sometimes there are some droughts, no water. So we have been assisted to plant these trees so that they can hold water. Then with the manure, it can be the best for this maize to grow up.
So it is not only maize that you can grow alongside leucaena, you can grow it alongside beans and groundnuts as well. And the beautiful thing too, like the leaves are so nimble that even if they're growing with the maize side by side, like it doesn't compete for food and also for sunlight with the maize, making the maize grow on its own to be healthy. And when the maize is ready for harvesting at 3 months, of course you take out the maize and then you leave the leucaena. And leucaena is an evergreen tree. That means that all year round it will be green, and it will be fixing nitrogen in the soil until the next time that you can plant some more maize. And by that time you will find that the soil is even more fertile. So at Green Gold Social we have leucaena, Grilicidia sepium, we also have musangu. All these are nitrogen fixing trees, and we are selling them for only 10 kwacha per tree. So you can send us a WhatsApp, you can go to our website to read a lot more about our project and everything else that we are doing as far as agroforestry and the restoring of our trees that have been cut down for charcoal.